everyone, this is me, Jyotika Bedi, founder of Happiness is Love. Our mission is to cultivate more happiness, compassion, and kindness in our world so that together we can build a kinder future generation. Today's video is on understanding what is compassion, and I'm here to help myself, you, and everyone decode this beautiful word. Compassion is helping to relieve another person's suffering from any action that you take, any act of kindness, caring, or support that you offer to another. It also includes empathy, but it goes beyond that, which really means to put yourself in the shoes of the other, not as you, but as the other. Compassion is all about taking action to help, care, and support. Compassion is also being more concerned with the well-being of others, not just yourself. And I always say that your compassion is incomplete till the time it does not include you. So compassion really starts first with you and then taking care of the well-being of others. You understand why compassion is important when you start to practice compassion in your everyday lives. It's really a part of who you really are because we are all hardwired to be compassionate. So let us understand what is self-compassion. Self-compassion is a vital component of compassion that is mostly overlooked. It's really the key of understanding why compassion is important. Because till the time I am not compassionate with myself, you can never pour from an empty cup, as they say. Self-compassion is being proactive in relieving first your own sufferings. It's really putting yourself first and being gentle and kind with yourself. We cannot avoid pain, but suffering is optional. How you manage your pain is your superpower, and that you are responsible for your life. I know it's easier said than done. It is a practice. It is a skill that can be developed, and we are here at Happiness is Love to tell you that we believe in it. We know that we can do this together. So why compassion is important and how it is beneficial to you? I'm here to tell you that the benefits are magical. How? One, you will be less anxious. Being more compassionate helps reduce anxiety by taking your mind off something that you cannot control. It gives you a break from your own problems and worries. When you grasp and understand what someone else is going through, you begin to appreciate your own life. And that's why we love the work that we do, because we are in the helping profession. And I always tell everyone, I'm actually helping myself more than helping you, because when I'm listening to other people's challenges and struggles and storms, I am learning. I am growing. You also realize that you're not alone. We are all scared, but we are less scared together. You gain a different perspective on your own life. You feel less fear. I believe that compassion is really the opposite of fear. It's almost impossible to experience fear when you're experiencing compassion, because you are taking action. It is because your mind and heart is totally connected with what you want and need and what is going through another person. You feel less stressed because, again, you are practicing self-care. You drive yourself, you are less hard on yourself, and you develop a sense of perspective around your own issues, and you challenge those negative core beliefs and assumptions that are not serving you or your relationships. Self-compassion helps you in reducing burnout. You start looking better because you start taking more breaks. You tell yourself that I have to learn healthy habits, to build new skills so that you're able to achieve your small goals. And it starts with you taking action, because I believe that there is no change without you taking action. And the little changes can be a little change in your thinking, a little change in your feelings, a little change in your action. Daily practice. It's daily effort. It requires hard work, but it is the most rewarding work you will ever do. And guess what? It leads to greater happiness and fulfillment. It makes you happy for two reasons. Firstly, you'll be less stressed, less anxious, less fearful. Secondly, you'll have a genuine desire to help others naturally bring out more happiness and fulfillment, because you'll be feeling this feeling for yourself. And I love what Dalai Lama says. If you want others to be happy, you start practicing compassion. If you want to be happy, you make sure that you practice compassion every single day. We'll end up having meaningful relationships. Being compassionate helps you understand other people at a deeper level. You develop better connections. You learn to communicate in a manner that you feel heard and understood. You'll end up having stronger friendships and more meaningful connections, because you are investing time and energy in understanding yourself and others more. When you practice compassion, you gain richer experience of what other people are going through, and this helps you develop a greater sense of self-awareness. Better health and well-being. A key reason compassion is important is because it is good for your health. It's fantastic for your own well-being. It will help you heal from any kind of disease. Being more compassionate actually speeds up your recovery from any disease and promotes healing, because this includes you practicing self-care and self-love, and also you begin to practice and express more compassion towards others. This is one reason why compassion is talked about so much in the medical industry. Medical practitioners often say that compassion have been noticed as the cure or the healing balm required to gain health quickly. I believe this is because during the corona times, my entire family went down together. It was a family emergency where everybody was down with corona at the same time. And I learned one thing, that I had a responsibility to first practice self-care. I made sure that I practiced compassion for myself first. Only then I had the strength and the power to deal with the biggest family crisis of my life. And guess what? It helped me. It helped my family heal. So make sure that you listen to all the medical professionals out there who are saying that we can train our minds, we can train ourselves to be more compassionate, because we're all hardwired to be compassionate. And it spreads like wildfire. So how do you become more compassionate on a daily basis? So now that you know that compassion and self-compassion is important, you've also learned why compassion benefits you. Let's now cover some ways to help develop more compassion. Number one thing that I practice and I recommend is be totally present. A brilliant place to start is to develop this ability, this habit to totally stay in the present moment. We are either living in the past or in the future, which only brings us more stress, more anxiety, more hurt and pain. You are responsible for focusing your attention on the present moment. You can be completely engaged and absorbed in this moment without trying to regret things that happened in the past or worrying about things that happen in the future. And for this, a good place to start is practicing mindfulness. Start focusing on your senses. Notice what you see in front of you. For instance, right now, when I'm making this video for you, in front of me, I have this beautiful garden with greenery all around. I can see this beautiful tree, which is radiating happiness and smile, and nature is blessing me. And when I'm focusing my attention on this uniqueness of this beautiful Christmas tree, it is bringing my attention to the present moment. You can feel things around you. You can smell things around you. I can smell beautiful fragrance in my room because I just sprayed something nice in my room. You can touch things around you to bring your brain to focus on the present moment. It is called brain power by focusing your attention and your thoughts on this moment. I believe in you. I know you can practice it, and this is the most powerful practice that will help you stay focused and will bring your attention to the moment, this moment, which is your greatest gift. Make this a habit. It takes 3 weeks to build a new habit. Start now, see the results, and let me know how it went. We are here to support you. Next, let go of judgment. I know this is easier said than done, but your mind loves to make judgments, especially about yourself and others. It's really our ego coming out to play. To be more compassionate, we have to let go of being too judgmental. We have to check with ourselves the degree to which we are judgmental. Of course, we all are judgmental in our own ways, but what is in our control? The degree to which we are judgmental, and the goal really is to be less judgmental. This can be challenging to do, but it gets easier with practice. Whenever you notice yourself making a judgment about yourself or another person, immediately let go of that judgmental thought and create a positive or a neutral thought. This switch is of caring, of curiosity, or a compassionate thought which will rewire your brain. Because our words command our mind and our mind commands our bodies. So it's not impossible for you to do this. It's impossible to know how someone got into a difficult or challenging situation. It may be completely outside their control. We can make judgments about how they got there, but we don't know for sure. And it's always impossible to know how you would deal with the same situation yourself. You can't determine how you would deal with it unless you've had the same experience and the same difficulty or the same challenge. So instead of the judgment, focus on connection. Whenever you notice yourself making a judgment about another person, shift to making a better connection instead. Practicing mindfulness along with this will help you. What I encourage you to do is notice what's happening externally around your senses. Then let go of any judgment that you give to what you see, you hear, and feel. And I know you can do this. Practicing gratitude. Another wonderful way is to practice gratitude. We have made so many videos around the power of gratitude. Notice what is good in your life. Focus on what you have rather than what you lack. What is working out for you? And things that you take for granted, you need to appreciate on a daily basis. I am so grateful that I have technology to assist me to reach out to people across the globe. I'm grateful that I have this room where I can sit and curate the content that we do. I have an air conditioner running, which is making me feel comfortable. There is always something to be grateful for. And you're naturally more compassionate to people around you when you are more grateful. Be kind to yourself. When you're hard on yourself, and we all are because we all suffer from self-doubt and overthinking, we are focusing on our flaws, our mistakes, which does not benefit us. The goal is really to ruminate less or remove self-loathing and focus on a good emotional space so that you can also focus on the good. Celebrate your little wins. Focus on your strengths, things you did well today, and things you need to do in order to improve instead of just focusing on what you did wrong. This starts with self-love. Reward yourself. Notice your good points and also forgive yourself. This is a big one. We are mostly struggling with forgiveness, forgiving ourselves and others, and we made a whole video around how to practice gratitude and how to practice forgiveness. Think and act from your heart. Another marvelous way to develop compassion is to think and act from the heart rather than just the head. Make sure that you take your head and your heart along. Head is for the logical reasoning, analysis, and decision making, which is very good. It's hard to be compassionate when you're only thinking from your head. So make sure that you take your heart alone, because your heart is your emotional center. This is where the positive emotions are stored, like joy, love, compassion. It comes from our heart. And we all are hardwired to feel these emotions. When you put your attention more on your heart and take your head along, you'll find yourself to be naturally more compassionate. Try it and see. Lastly, be authentic. This is being true to who you are. It's acting naturally from a space of caring and loving and saying and doing things which you really mean. Often we believe we should say or do certain things to help another person. However, when you think from the heart and become more aware of your intuition, you can help people more effectively. We naturally have compassion stored in us. It becomes lost with all the stresses and anxiety of modern day life. When you take some time to relax, because I believe that rest is the new productivity. When you take time to rest, recover, and reflect, you gain more authenticity, you gain more self-compassion, and then you just flow in that. A study found that retired people who volunteered regularly lived longer than those who didn't. So even volunteering is very good for you. The idea really is to grow to be a better, kinder, more compassionate selves. We are here, we care. Let us know how your compassion journey is starting with yourself and then others. Please reach out to us. We love to share, grow, learn, and support each other. Keep smiling, keep shining, keep inspiring.